guys, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever you're watching us from. I just want to welcome each and every one of you, and I would also want to apologize, for the delay in updating anything on our channel. This is because we had some challenges, and thank God we were able to resolve those challenges. So I'm excited because finally we are going to be able to upload our first episode. Okay, so now in this episode, I'm basically just going to just give you a quick brief on what this diversity visa is all about. In case you, our viewers, have a family or a loved one who is interested in relocating to the United States of America, but you do not have an idea on how to obtain the permanent residence. So you have come to the right channel because you're going to learn everything that you need to know. Do not worry about those who did not share the information with you. You do not have to worry because trust me, here you're going to have access to all the steps that you need to take in order for you to be selected. So before I dive right into the first step of the application process, the documentations that you need, when you open the link, what you're going to find on the application form, I will just want to first explain what the diversity visa is all about. This is just for the sake of those who have no idea. So the diversity visa, it's called Diversity Immigrant Visa Program. By the way, in front of me, I have a computer because I do not want to give you fake information. I want to give you, the correct information. So I have some points that I've jotted down, and I'm going to be taking you through step by step. So this is it's called Diversity Immigrant Visa Program. It is a program that is run by the United States of America. It was introduced some years back, and it is run throughout the entire world yearly. Okay, when I say yearly, every year, 1 month. Which month is October? So every October, the United States government opened a link where applicants are able to, have access to the application form in order for you to obtain the green card. So, as most of you are aware, and if you're not aware, this link will be open first week of October 2023, and you're applying for the Diversity Visa 2025. I'll explain at the end of the video why it's called the 2025 Diversity Visa. So next month, because we're in September, we have a few weeks remaining, the United States government is going to open a link on their website, which you have to open and have access to the application form. Before I, go anywhere else or talk further, please be aware that there are a lot of fraudsters out there. A lot of people have been scammed, because they went to Google, they went to wrong websites, and now they do not believe that this thing is real. Trust me, it is real, because as I'm talking to you right now, I'm in the United States of America. I did not win the lottery myself. Luckily, my husband won, and I was included as his spouse. So as we go on in the next videos, I'll be able to explain again on how you can be included as a spouse. So the United States government, give access to the entire world for those people who want to relocate to the States on a permanent residence through the green cards, So in order for you to be that successful or eligible applicant, you need to have a few documentations that you have to present when filling in this application. By the way, this application is only done electronically. You are not allowed to submit physical applications. You have to submit it electronically. So in order for you to be eligible, there are just a few things that they need you to have. And this is just basically your grade 12 certificate. You need to have your grade 12 certificate. You also need to have your birth certificate and your passport. So why they want you to have these documents, it's basically just for proof. They need to do a background check and be able to see. Luckily for me, I did not win the DV 2024, but my husband won the DV 2023, and he included me as his spouse. So I just need to emphasize also that just because you have submitted the application form doesn't mean you have automatically been, accepted. Chances are that on your first try, you may not be picked. But do not give up, because if I tell you that my husband tried 4 times, he had the zeal in him. He did not give up. Okay, so do not give up. If you try, you apply this year and you're not selected this year, do it again next year in October. You are not selected, do it again until they pick you. Okay, I'm going to give up if it. So you only need 3 things, which are your grade 12 certificate, your passport size photos, your birth certificate, and your passport when filling in this application. The reason why they need you to provide these documents, it's because they want to prove your eligibility. Okay, they want to know that the information that you're providing them is accurate. So now, I'm quickly going to run you through, the the entry period. So the entry period, like I've already previously explained, next month, October, they are going to open the link on their website. So you have to make sure that you are on time. You submit your application as soon as possible. Do not wait until the last date. Otherwise, you may miss your chance. So the sooner the better. You also have to be prepared mentally that you may not be accepted. Okay. There are people who have applied so many times and they haven't been picked. But do not give up, because eventually you will be picked. Okay. Because like I said, it's a random draw. So it's just by luck or chance. But regardless, it's worth a try because it's real. I know there are people who do not believe in it, but trust me, it is real. I will explain later. So now, let me quickly just give you a small leakage on the things that you're going to find on the application form. I know it's nature to have fear of the unknown, but do not be afraid, because they just want you to provide them with general information. So basically, what will just be on the application form is they'll ask you about your name, and make sure that the name that you're filling in is the same name that is appearing on your passport. So as you submit your application, you're filling in, make sure you have your passport beside you, because that's what's going to validate the information that you're submitting. And then also make sure that everything is correct, because if you make one mistake, you do not want to be disqualified or rejected. Who wants to be rejected? So you're going to find also, they'll ask you about your gender, male or female. Then they'll ask about the date of birth, the city where you were born, the country where you were born. You're living in Lusaka, you are born in Kasama, you indicate Kasama. So all the information that's on the passport. Okay. And then country of eligibility for the DV program, which is still Zambia. And then they'll ask for the entrant photographs. So this is a passport size photo. So when you go to the studio to have your passport size photos taken, make sure you mention to the photographer that you need the American passport size photos for the visa. They'll know the format to give you. And this has to be electronically mailed to you, because you are going to submit it electronically. Like I said, they do not accept physical applications. So while you're taking that, passport size photo, make sure it comes out in color. Make sure it's natural, meaning your full facial that, and the background for your passport size photo has to be in white. Your hair has, for ladies, your hair has to be tied backwards, like the way mine is tied. Of course, you may have a wig on, but it still needs to be tied backwards so that it's not covering your face, because they need to see your natural facial expressions. They need to see your entire face. So you make sure that your hair is tied backwards and it's not distracting, or it's not covering your face. Do not wear earrings, no headphones. But if you have ear problems and you wear the ear machine, you make sure that you have it on. It's not a problem, but just not earrings or headphones. Just be natural, wear smart attire, presentable, and just smart. For the gents, make sure your hair is cut. If you have dreads on, you tie them backwards as well. So basically that's that. And then also they are going to ask for your country where you're living, currently where you're living. So for example, you're born in Zambia, you're Zambian, but you're currently living in South Africa. You have to indicate that. And then they'll ask for the phone number, which is optional. They'll ask for your email address. Okay, so the email address, you have to provide the email address. And then once you You provide the email address. You also need to provide the mailing address. Okay, this mailing address, it's for your sponsor who resides in the United States. So make sure that you find someone before you even start filling this application. You find someone who's residing here in the USA. They who are willing, to help you with their address. Not just anyone, because this address is very sensitive. This is the same address that they are going to use to send you the green card. Even at the port of entry, the immigration is going to ask you for the same email address, which is this mailing address that you're going to use on your application form. So please, and I emphasize, this is very important. Make sure you have the correct mailing address. You have the city, you have the state, and you have the zip code or the postal code for the person who's going to receive the green card on your behalf. So make sure you find someone who's genuine. Okay, because the green card is a very sensitive document, so you don't want it to fall into wrong hands. Well, next thing on the agenda is they're going to ask you your highest level of education. This is where now you have to provide your grade 12 certificate. Trust me, when coming to America, it doesn't matter where you have a diploma, you have a degree, a master's, all they want is just a grade 12 certificate. Crucial, right? But all that's what they need. It's just a grade 12 certificate. So in this case, you're going to provide them with your educational background. If you did primary, junior level, secondary, grade, and then college, in this case, in our country, Zambia, we have all those levels that I just mentioned. So you have to indicate all that. And then they are also going to ask you about your marital status. This is now another important information that you have to provide. Are you a single person? Just indicate single. You intend to get married, for example, in November, after you have submitted your application. Do not worry, because at the moment when you're submitting the application, you are single. So what comes on later, it doesn't matter, because you have the chance to include your spouse if at all you end up marrying after you had already submitted the application. But we'll talk about later in the next videos. And then we're also going to talk about the children part. It's also a very crucial information, because if you are married and you forget to include your spouse, or just don't want to include them, your children, this information is going to have you disqualified. Once they discover that you are married, you have children, and you did not declare them during your application process, they are going to have you disqualified. So please make sure, if you're married, you indicate you're married, divorced, widowed, separated. Doesn't matter whether you're living with your wife in the same country, or maybe you're in another country, they're also in a different country. You make sure you indicate all that. Your children, if they are below 16 years of age, you include them. If they are 21 years and above, I'm sorry, they are not eligible for the process, so you don't have to bother to include them. But so long as you have children or a child who's under the age of 21 years, you are eligible to include them. Okay, and then now they're going to ask you about you know the number of children that you have. You indicate, I've already talked about that. If you also have adoptive children, there are people who adopt children. They are not your biological children, but you have adopted them. Yeah, they are under your care. You have to indicate that. Please, I'm repeating this, please indicate that you have children. Oh, do not say I did not warn you. Otherwise, this is what makes people get disqualified. Imagine you had the chance of winning the lottery, then you just because of a simple mistake, you're disqualified. We do not want that. No one wants to be rejected. The feeling of being rejected is ugly. So please make sure you provide. Oh my God. I'm enjoying doing this, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been wanting to educate you, my viewers, for a long time. So now that the time is here, I feel like I'm back in school. I feel like I'm teaching again. So it's interesting. Oh my God. So now let me quickly explain on what I earlier mentioned about the DV 2025, because this year it's going to be called DV 2025. So what this basically means is you're going to do your application this year, 2023, and then the results of those who have been selected are going to be out next year, in May 2024. So now, once you submit your application form, you are going to receive a case number. This is a very important case number. Please, the moment you see where it's written case number, write down that number, master that number, save that number somewhere, because it's going to take time. Depending on the case number that you'll be given, you may find yourself that you're at the end of the draw, meaning you'll be interviewed sometime later next year. So you don't want to lose that number. Once you lose that number, then you lose your eligibility, because how are you going to log in to check your status? Because that number, when the time comes, which is next year, once they publish that the names are out, you have to use that case number to log into the website and to be able to view the status of your application. And once you have been selected, oh my goodness, I do not know how it feels, because I applied myself. But anyway, my husband wants, so we forget that. But you do not want to lose the chance. So please make sure you keep the number very safe, and you master it if you can. You save it somewhere where you'll be able to find it when the time comes. So that's that. And then I already spoke about the photographs. So just make sure that you have the right, you know, uh, the photographs. And then you're also going to have to make sure that the photograph that you're submitting, the digital photograph, it's in the right format. I'm going to repeat this: it's in the right format, the right color. And when you go to the passport size photo, just to have your, sorry, when you go to the studio, just make sure you tell them that you need a visa passport size photo for America, and they're going to give you the right font size. So please take note of all that. So this is where we come to the end of today's introduction. Just basically just giving you a leakage on what to expect in your application form and when to expect the link. The link will be posted next month, October, first week of October, and it will run throughout the month of first week of November. So make sure you get the correct link. Do not for fraudsters. A lot of people have been scammed, and now they think this thing is not real. But trust me, it is real. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we relocated to the United States in July. My husband won, of course, like I previously mentioned, and we moved here in July. So we've just been here for 2 months. So it's very much real. Do not give up. Do not fall. Do not be a victim of fraud. Make sure you go to the right pages. You get this right link. If you're in Zambia, go to the American Embassy Facebook page. They will post the link there. Once it opens, you log in to the link using the link that you're going to post, not any other link that you're going to find on the website, on TikTok, on YouTube. Please just use the link that the United States government is going to post. Also, I forgot one thing. No one should lie to you that you have to pay for the application, because the application is totally free. The application process is free. Free. The time will come when you need to pay something, and we'll talk about that in the next video. So please don't forget to subscribe. Click the link provided below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, because you do not want to miss out. You don't want to miss out on our too big, updating, giving you the leakages you need. Also, just spice things that I'm going to talk about. And also, if you have questions, please drop them into the comment section, and I'll be able to answer them for you. Also, like I said, my husband won this, but because of his busy schedule, he's not able to do the videos with me. So you'll be seeing me mostly, talking about this process, because I've learned from the best. I mean, trying 4 times is not easy. So yeah, anyway. Thank you so much. You guys have a lovely, wonderful afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. And please don't forget to share with your family, your loved ones, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.